Hello and welcome to Acapella Adventures, 8 minutes of solo actual play testing using the 3D10 system from Meroch, a past the post-apocalypse with fancy tropes for Module Ormegarten episode 031. Our characters are Igor Steinmann, a Russo-German themed Dwarven character, Wolfsbane, a human spirit mystic, Wyesley, who is trying to fulfill the assassin role, and his buddy, the mimic sword Steven. Accidentally trapped by Mac, they were heading towards town to sell some found materials, and had battled some random monsters when they encountered signs of civilization. Fox, the Halfling Ranger, warding the bridge between ranging around the area between Ormegarten and the town itself and the keep. They found a hidden treasure split up among the group, and now they're trying to pass through parts of the cultivated lands surrounding the keep. It's a very pastoral, nestles in a rough landscape. Imagine like Stratford on the Avon transported to the middle of like Colorado. But because several of them were leased wands, which is serves the same function as the wall in Game of Thrones. This is a part of the land that they know where there's places they can't go because they help support the keep and support the village around the keep as sort of a serving class that could eventually be released for exceptional service, thus proving they were adventurers. And they want to keep the keep on the good side because if they get kicked out, they'll have to go adventure somewhere else. And we're trying to stick to the module. So, they made a choice to go around the bounds even though it seems like no one knows the bother, and encounter the ex-woodsman endangered by a tree. They help him, and now having broken the rules, but to help things, it needs to progress from there. Then they get taken to the Medusa, who is serving as a sort of healer and local hedge priest to parts of the village. She describes the situation. She interrogates the strangers who are where they're not supposed to be, finds out who they are, who they're related to. They claim former employment with Apalapa, which is an Indian name, I believe my friend researched. And he's missing. So she's kind of unhappy with him because their relationship is difficult to describe. He helped rescue her from a life of being a outcast Medusa. And she is careful to make sure that she doesn't accidentally stone or harm anyone. She's currently probably in a burqa, so that way nobody can see her face or her head, and everybody knows, hey, leave her alone. You don't want to accidentally get stoned. The keep can fix it, but it's expensive and it's time consuming, and it's better if nobody messes around with her. So that's the situation. She helps the woodsman mostly by giving him a knockout drug. And how injured is he? I don't know. Let's consult the orifice. How injured he is. Well, no, they fix enough nothing from bleeding out. So she's going to take care of him for a while, get him back to full health, and we'll see what goes on. So, Medusa, while keeping an eye on their patient, is going to talk to them. And that probably means they're going to spend much more time with them than they actually meant to. Or even planned, because they were going around instead of going through, and ended up having to cut through in order to save the woodsman. So, what happens? What do they want to ask? They're going to verify some of the stuff Fox has said. there's something going on with Lizardman. I'm not sure what's going on. The blue merchant fortified mill. Let's see if she has does she have the same take on the fortified mill as Fox? 19, let's see, 25. That's pretty good on the Oracle. 3, 28. She has the same view as Fox, but she has more information. She has been put on watch that if the blue merchants act inappropriately, she may have to stone some of them. It's better than murder in a lot of cases, but it's also really agency removing. She tries not to use her abilities. She is a descendant of a problematic. Actually, she's not a descendant. She was modified. Basically, if someone interferes with certain godlike beings and locations, they can get in a lot of trouble. And that's what's happened to her. Sort of the same story as one of the goddesses in Egyptian mythology. So, kind of following down that path, she ended up becoming a Medusa. Double check, see if they give her, see if she has a clue for them. 3, nope, she doesn't really have a clue for them. So, what's going to happen now? Well, the important question is, so, I'm also going to ask her about she doesn't know if the keep remembers them. And we'll have more time next session. But the Black and Chain military force, do they have more power? So the question is actually whether or not it aligns to 1820 to 25. That's pretty darn close also on order. So yes, she has the same sort of belief as Fox. So